Controller.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today we're going to go over that sweet salt, and boy oh boy do we have loads of it today. So much in fact, they create that delusional world we're all so fond of anymore, but it just keeps getting deeper and deeper here, and now they're just straight up lying and they don't care, and nobody's calling them out on it. Well, that's why we're here, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we do is have some great examples here in regards to how deep that delusion does go, and they just stop at no lengths to just straight up lie. But let's start straight off here. It's been a minute since we had to feature Bitch of Truth, or Beast of Truth, as some of his followers might know him as, which I know him as the first iteration. But he speaks here, like you say, this has a post stating, I haven't seen not one game that justifies spending $700 on a PS5 Pro with a curled eyebrow. Okay? He hasn't seen one. All the accolades that these games have, the first-party exclusives, the timed exclusives that he was whining about with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and on and on and on, but as you can see here, we got another little post from him stating, whole slate baby with a heart, and of course featuring in an Xbox case, God of War Ragnarok. So, which is it? There's games that he wants that justifies a console purchase, or he's just port begging as well, or a combination of both. I think the answer is clear. It's a combination of both. You literally cannot split the divide here any more certain than what we're seeing right now. It goes from what game, not one game, which there are many, that's why it sells extremely well as opposed to Xbox, but we'll just gloss over that there for Bitch of Truth, and we'll just go over to the whole slate, baby. When we have and are seeing the whole slate of Xbox coming over to the competing platform that is PlayStation. Now, just to add some more salt to that wound here, let's just bring this up, just in case anybody has any specifications here. Yes, Xbox is moving towards a third-party model with more Xbox games becoming available on other platforms, multi-platform games that are increasingly available on other consoles and platforms such as the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. For example, Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush were recently brought to these platforms at the time of this little post here, right? And then, of course, cloud gaming. Your long-term goal is to move away from dedicated hardware and focus on the cloud. However, cloud gaming has not yet become an industry-changing shift. As that happens, expect that to continue for Microsoft, shifting more into that atmosphere, so to speak. Reaching more gamers. Microsoft's goal is to reach gamers on consoles, PCs, and mobile devices, so they want to be everywhere. They have to be. They decided they cannot out-console Nintendo and PlayStation like we've seen and gone over many times before. Direct quote from Phil Spencer himself, but we're going to sit there and lie and act like they're not trying to go more and more third-party. And then what's the rebuttal from Xbox fanboys and shills? Well, PlayStation's also third-party because they put stuff on PC, and we got Lego Horizon over on Nintendo. Okay. Do we see any PlayStation first-party single-player narrative games over on Xbox? It doesn't even have to be narrative, but first-party single-player games. Is anything like that over on Xbox? Is there any inclination that that's going to happen? No. And again, Lego Horizon Zero Dawn is on Nintendo Switch, right? Because of why? Well, Lego is, like we've gone over multiple times in this channel, and if you're new to the channel, I've stated it multiple times, it's a third-party vendor collaboration, so of course Lego wants it just about everywhere, and I do think that PlayStation did stop the foot bill and say, not on Xbox though. Now, if that does happen down the line, it just might, but it is a Lego game. Enough said there. We'll continue on from all that delusion here. I want to share with you all a great conversation I had with Mr. Biscuit, the guy that cries in his car over the first announcement, the grievance process of them in regards to Xbox being more third party and their games, first party games going to PlayStation. But here we have another conversation, and this is how they just continue to lie. This is the theme. Like, they lie all the time, but it's exceptionally high. It's an exceptionally high level at this point in time. I don't know how else to explain it other than showing you right here. Here we go.
Ah, shit.
Had to go again.
The more you guys buy COD, the better chance it stays in GP Game Pass. The GPU subs went up 161%. Now we have to focus on that because this is what this comes to. The GPU subs, Game Pass Ultimate subs, went up 161%. So he says. He's just throwing shit out there. So you keep buying, guys keep getting subbing. Keep subbing. Sorry, that's a hard thing to say. Xbox guys keep subbing, apparently. So we buy, meaning those on PlayStation, and they keep subbing and reaping the benefits. Everyone's happy. He saves a boatload, right? And we get the game. COD never went anywhere. We don't just get the game. This isn't a, oh, you guys get it because of situation. That's not the case. So please keep buying with the praying emoji hands. So I retort, nothing has changed or will change for me and other gamers that buy and own their games. True. On top of that, of course, do you also have hard data that backs up the GP subs went up to 161%? Because that's news to me. That's definitely news to me. Somebody that covers this and has been doing this for a while and has been gaming since the age of 3. I do follow a lot of this stuff. News to me. That's news to me, right? So, and then of course I retort as well, all offline, because he mentioned something about offline games as well, right? But I state all offline games downloaded or disc can be played and are owned. Now I know a lot of folks don't believe that, but that's true. I cannot find anything about the 161% increase, so you are lying again? I state, right? But before we go into Black Ops, risk it here. I don't lie, no discs. Still use DRM. Games that don't can be found at GOG. There's some, but they aren't typically AAA releases, including PlayStation. Okay, so again, this is a lie. This is a lie. You can play God of War Ragnarok offline, single player. You don't have to be online. You have that disc, or you have it already downloaded and you want to play that offline, you can do so. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. I've unplugged it. If you don't believe me, I can give you some examples and show you some stuff on a video and upload stuff like that, but that's the truth. Same with Spider-Man 2, same with Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, same with Demon's Souls. You don't have to be online. You don't need the multiplayer aspect. These all work offline. All of these things that he's saying is untrue. And those that believe this is following folks like this as well. So keep that in mind. In addition to this, of course, you do and have been caught many times before. I can list 100% of games that work offline this gen alone, like I just explained. Second, that's a horrible look to lie about the 161% GP increase when Microsoft themselves have not stated anything of that sort. This is true. They didn't state anything like that to my knowledge, right? So he comes back and I don't let up on it. I don't let up on it because he's not stating where he got this from or what it's for. Now, this is the best part here, folks. Oh, apologies is 6% off. Call of Duty sees, and he links this, right? 159% spike in Xbox players following Black Ops 6 Game Pass launch. This I had to really step back from because I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? So I state that's players, not subs. Handprint emoji on the face, basically. So you lied. He never responded back to that. The only thing he responded back to that, and I didn't make this a 20-page list, is the fact that he just kind of kept on about it, and he would just skirt around it and not admit a thing. So he's trying to lie and thinking that we're so dumb, especially myself, and thinking others are so dumb that Call of Duty sees 159% spike in Xbox players following Black Ops 6 Game Pass launch, meaning that players are playing it since the Game Pass launch. Not even because of Game Pass, not subs due to Game Pass. I looked in the article, it has nothing to do with Game Pass giving that game, and that's what the spike is from, and it increased the subs. That's the main point. It did not increase 159% or even 161% subs. Not anywhere close. Microsoft will not give us this data. If it was good, mind you, if this was good data, they would be right on this in a heartbeat and say, wow, guys, we'll even give it this. I think this is a big get. Even if they did 25 to 30% increase in Game Pass subs because of Black Ops 6 alone, that would be huge. This idiot tried to state that it was 159%. That is insane. If that was the case, they would just have cracked the code. Tides would have changed and shifted and you name it. It's absolute insanity, but I did want to share that with you guys. These guys, the delusion, they lie and lie and lie for a corporate brand. You're talking about corporate people. This is the lies we're talking about, but nobody on the Xbox side, oh no, it's Alex, Gaz, Colt, nobody's calling these guys out because they're buddies that hang out in the same circle, that go to these conferences and go to the Xbox events and stuff like that, and they all got each other's back, so of course they're not going to speak on it. But again, that's why we're here. Enjoy that one. That's absolute delusion at its finest. But let's keep going here. So this is a great one from Skinny Dip. I do converse with him often on social media. He does have multiple systems and so on and so forth, but he does call out the BS. He states, and this is in regards to Colt Eastwood again, of course, right? Amping up Death Stranding being on Xbox. Mind you, he tried to play this on PC. He supposedly went PC, which he doesn't. We all know that at this point in time. But as you can see, bro, we're not going to forget how much you bashed this game. You made so many snarky comments about it, but now it's on Xbox. It's good. It's true. But the better part is here, Colt Eastwood, link me. I never bashed the game. Nice try. He thinks people don't have tons and mountains upon mountains of receipts on him. That's how stupid he is. This is crazy. Continue to go on here as we see they linked this. Crackdown 3 is a ton of fun and devoid of a decent story, but gets dragged through the mud by fanboys. Death Stranding almost has zero fun gameplay, but gets praised for its deep, long-drawn story. Here's an idea. Pick what you like and enjoy. Stop gatekeeping what others like. So he was constantly, and this is just one of the many examples, by the way. I'm not going to bore you all with this. There's tons of examples. You can look it up if you search his stuff under Death Stranding and such like that on social media, especially on X. But he continues to be snarky like this, has bashed it, thought it was boring, did FedEx memes, and you name it. Just meme upon meme, making fun of it because it was a PlayStation exclusive at first, before it even came to PC. Man, the guy just doesn't stop lying. We have these receipts and they just don't stop lying. But just wanted to share out one with you real quick, but we're not done with Colt. This by far is some of the most asinine stuff I've seen so far. I want to share a little something with you because the PlayStation 5 Pro has really broken these fanboys. They really have. And in my last video, I broke down what a fanboy is, what it means, and all that stuff. If you haven't, look to the end of that TED Talk there. But however, let's pull this up real quick and then we can talk about it. Finally, Microsoft confirms Xbox Series X and S upgrade for consoles, ray tracing plus 60 to 100 frames per second, right? Hashtag FSR4. Has literally the same type of stuff as we go down. Finally, Microsoft confirms Xbox Series XS upgrade for the next generation ray tracing, 60 to 120 frames per second. We go on, finally update, same thing, but a little bit different, right? AMD software plus hardware, hashtags, Xbox, AMD, all this stuff. Finally, new and improved Xbox leading in major power and next generation games for Xbox Series S and X. Look real quick at these timestamps as far as the years. The very first one at the bottom, 3 years ago. We have one from a year ago. We have one from 2 years ago. And we have one from at the time of this recording about 6 hours ago. He continually states and leads his fan base on, and many other casuals, mind you, that there's these tools, that there's these updates coming, that Xbox Series X just has not been unlocked. The tools are coming, the updates are coming, the patches are coming, they're going to allow them to do this and that. He hasn't done anything, absolutely anything, and he continues to lie. Look at the acronyms. Look at the algorithms. Look what he's trying to hit. He just sits there and grifts and grifts and grifts, spreads information, misinformation rather, lies to the fan base, lies to himself, lies to you all. Anybody that follows this guy for years, has followed him for years. How do you accept this? I'm just so curious how you would accept somebody to straight up lie to you in every single video that he almost posts. Almost every video he posts has some lies to it. The recent ones too, in regards to that, talking about how and I'll find the link for that, or I'll find a video and I'll share that with y'all, but he has a video portion of it and he's trying to lie and state that the PS5 Pro, by the way, won't even be able to handle even 50 frames per second in Monster Hunter Wilds. Excuse me? We have video evidence from Digital Foundry. It's not even hard to fact check, my guy. From Digital Foundry themselves have came out and stated and shown, and you can see it on their frames per second counter, that it consistently hits 50 frames and above, more consistently than the base PlayStation 5, which base PlayStation 5 is still running it better than the Series X. So where he's getting his information is beyond me. It just doesn't stop. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I can't state it enough. Just wanted to end the video on that one before we make it too long here. I don't know what else to say to this. This is just absolute insanity, folks. But again, my question resides with those out there that happen to be hate watching this channel possibly, or maybe you're just a neutral person and you watch all channels, that's fine. But what's going on here if you do follow him? Have you followed him for years? Were you a fan of his? I'm just curious, is there some sort of rebuttal that you think there's any truth to these videos or anything that Colt says and does? Because nothing he says or does is truthful. He's hypocritical and he's a liar. That's why we're here. Just wanted to share it with you. I'm absolutely dumbfounded when I came across this. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. Doesn't take a lot of research. Doesn't take a lot of research to fact check any of his videos. It's all there. Absolute insanity. The PlayStation 5 Pro, folks, has all these fanboys up in knots. They have them, their world is turned upside down. They got no mid-gen refresh. They have nothing to look forward to. They're looking at a very currently mid-looking Indiana Jones, or Midiana Jones is what people are calling it right now. It doesn't look good to me. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong and it ends up being a great game. I want people to enjoy that. A lot of people are Indiana Jones fans. Point being, I don't know what else they have to look forward to. I guess Stalker 2, that's going to be about the brightest bulb for the end of the year. PlayStation's had a remarkable year. That's all I'm saying. I don't need to get into that. We all know the truth there. But like I said, we'll end it here. I appreciate that, folks. You stuck around for the entirety of the video. Thank you so much. Every like and comment helps me out. Boost the algorithm as well, so thank you so much. If you haven't already, just came across this channel or just kind of forgot to, definitely consider subscribing. That does help out a small content creator like myself. We are getting ever so close to that 2,500 sub goal. Maybe even at the time of this recording, when this goes live, we may have already hit that. So thank you in advance. If we already hit that, the sky's the limit. Let's keep going and let's oust these frauds, if you will. That being said, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and we'll see you next time on the next Xvault gaming video. And until then, take care.